everyone, welcome back. When I appear on your screen looking like this with no makeup and in my blue robe, I think by now most of you know that means that I will be doing a makeup tutorial for you. A couple of months ago over on TikTok and also on my Instagram, I posted a very quick tutorial for this makeup look right here. This was a recreation of this makeup look that I saw on my Instagram feed that I instantly fell in love with. So I wanted to recreate it. I filmed it for TikTok and then I repurposed it for Instagram because Instagram reels are only a minute long, whereas my TikTok video was 3 minutes long. On both videos, however, I received comments asking me for a full-length tutorial, a more in-depth tutorial for this look. That TikTok has gotten more than 45,000 views, and that in the TikTok world is considered going semi-viral. Of course, it's not 1 million views or 2 million views or 10 million views like some people get on TikTok. But for me, 45,000 views on TikTok is pretty darn good, and I still look back at that video and I love, love, love that look, and I think it's perfect for the holiday season. So I'm actually really looking forward to recreating that look again, so you can recreate the look far more easily than just following along with a 3-minute or 1-minute tutorial. So I've already done my skincare routine, so we're gonna go right into foundation and primer and concealer. This video is in partnership with Makeup Forever. They reached out to me a couple of weeks ago about working together on a video, and they got an instant yes from me because I have been using and raving about the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation for months now. This is an undetectable liquid foundation that blurs the skin and covers imperfections for 24 hours. It's powered by something called a micro skin system that syncs with your complexion for a true to skin finish. It doesn't cake up, it doesn't settle into fine lines, it looks amazing in natural light and in photography, and it comes in 40 shades. I own a couple of bottles of this foundation in different shades. I like to have one for each level of tan that I am because I do a lot of at-home tanning. So obviously I'm darkest when I've just self-tanned, and then as it fades, I sort of mix lighter shades into the darker one. Right now, this particular shade, 1N14, is my perfect shade, and you will see that as I apply it. But before I apply the foundation, I am going to be applying a Makeup Forever primer, and they have several to choose from, and they are all excellent. I think today I am going to use the Shine Control, or should I use the Pore Minimizer? They also have a redness corrector as well as the Hydra Booster, which is great for someone with drier skin. I have very oily skin. I think today I'm going to use the Pore Minimizing Primer. And you will see as I apply this that this too really helps to blur imperfections. It definitely minimizes my pores. Actually, I am going to zoom you in so you can see a lot better. And I should probably mention that you can purchase the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation from Sephora, Sephora at Kohl's. Another great thing about this foundation is that it offers customizable coverage. If you're having a really good skin day and you just want to apply a sheer layer of this product, you can do that. If you're like me and you prefer a little bit more coverage, you can layer it and it won't get cakey, but you'll get that customizable coverage. Now, Makeup Forever did send me this brush that I have never used before. It is the foundation brush, number 109. I'm very excited to try this brush. I've never used one like this before. This foundation does come with a pump. I'm going to do one side at a time just to show you a side-by-side comparison. Oh, I like this brush. Ooh. It's really soft and it's blending the foundation really nicely. Wow, that was very, very quick. So that is the level of coverage you get with, you know, a couple of swipes of the foundation. Now this is the area on my face that I feel has a lot more discoloration. It's getting a lot better, but I do want to go over it with just a tiny bit more And this time I'm going to stipple the foundation. And I find that by doing this, the stippling motion, you do get the best coverage. And I think the shade match is impeccable. And it still looks like my skin. That is what has impressed me so much about this foundation and why I have raved about it ever since I got it months ago. Yes, Makeup Forever sent me a new bottle, which I'm very grateful for because I have already gone through one of my bottles. As I've gotten older, I have realized that I have to sort of steer clear of those really heavy coverage matte foundations that I used to be able to wear. I've actually told this story before in another video, but I was sitting one time with my son, I think it was at the orthodontist's office several years ago. And I don't remember what foundation I was wearing, but he looked at me and we were in this really bright natural light. And he said, "Mom, you're wearing a lot of makeup." And I said, "What do you mean? Like eye makeup, like overall?" And he said, "No, your face, your skin. It looks just really obvious." And you know, I had been a makeup artist for over 20 some years at that point. And that's kind of embarrassing to have your son, who was probably 15 at the time, say, you know, your makeup looks bad. So ever since then, I have been extremely cognizant of how my foundation looks in natural light because I don't walk around with a ring light and side lights and all this, you know, nice lighting that sort of diffuses everything. Wow, I think I am a brush convert. Maybe? This looks good. It looks natural. It lasts all day, even on my oily skin. If you do have drier skin, I would recommend the Hydro Booster versus the one I used, which was the Pore Minimizer. I will have listed down in the description box the other shade that I use when I do have more tan. I'm sure a lot of you are the same way. In the wintertime, you sort of slack off on doing any at-home tanning if you do self-tanning. And most of us fall into a lighter shade for the winter season. And a lot of us switch up our coverage too, which is why this is so great because, as I said earlier, you can wear it as sheer or as full coverage as you would like. Before I move on to concealer, I am going to apply a little eyeshadow primer. This one is from Milani. So you'll be seeing a mix of high-end and budget-friendly products in this video. And for concealer, I'm going to use another product from Makeup Forever. This is the, gotta put my glasses on, whoo, are they dirty? The Makeup Forever Ultra HD Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. I bought this during the Sephora Holiday Savings event. I told the story then of how I heard about this concealer from the makeup artist Melissa Herkman. I love her. She swears by this concealer, so I got it and I have been using it and loving it ever since. And the shade, I took my glasses off too soon. It's 21, shade number 21. And Melissa Herkman was not wrong. This concealer is so good. Now, I don't have the darkest circles in the world, thankfully. But, you know, some days the dark circles are worse than others. I do have a little bit more of a bluish tint right here, so I'm going to put a little bit more here. This, too, is buildable. And I love, love, love when products are buildable, customizable, because, you know, some days our skin looks better than others. Some days our dark circles look better than others. I just realized that I have sort of been blocking my microphone with my mirror, so hopefully you heard all that. All right, it is now time to do some contouring. This is the contour stick from Westman Atelier. And I just do there, and down the sides of my nose. And now I'm using a puff and some Makeup Forever HD setting powder. And watch how this makes my skin look completely airbrushed, flawless. I'm just gonna do this one area and hopefully the camera picks up the difference between the powdered side and the unpowdered side. I mean, the unpowdered side already looks pretty good. The foundation does do an excellent job of blurring, but then this just takes it up a notch and makes everything look extra airbrushed or filtered. Now I'm setting my contour with a little bronzer. This is Benefit Hoola. Of course, all of the products will be listed and linked in the description box as always. For my brows, as I said earlier, I was trying to recreate that photo that I put up earlier, and that model had really sort of bushy brows, and I really struggled to get that look. But we are going to make the attempt. I cannot find my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze, nor can I find my e.l.f. brow wax. So we're using this product called Soap Brows, and I'm putting a little MAC Fix Plus in there. I put too much. And then I take a spoolie and I bend it so I can get into the soap. And then we just brush up those brows, or in my case, those non-existent brows. My brows are so light and sparse. I'm so jealous of people that have really nice brows. And then I take the other end of the spoolie and I just sort of push up like so. So in that TikTok that I did, I used one of these Stila brow pens. And I don't remember what color I used. I'm gonna try medium. We are going to try this and see how it looks. So I just make little strokes like so. I don't know, I feel like I may have used the dark one because this is looking kind of light. Okay, I'm gonna do the other brow off camera and then come back. So I did go ahead and carve out my brows with some concealer. I feel like I'm a little unblended over here. All right, now it's time for the fun part. Let's go into the eyes. I used this ColourPop of Quartz palette. I took a fluffy brush and went into these top two shades, and I'm just placing that right in the crease, back and forth in a windshield wiper motion. This eye look is actually really, really easy. So after that's done, and I have that blended out, and I've taken it towards my temples, then I take more of a precision brush and I go into the darker gray in the palette in the lower corner and apply that to the outer corners of my eyes. And just sort of make little circles and blend up and out towards my temples. And don't worry if it gets too low because we are going to clean that up. So just make little circles, and then you can go back in as many times as you want to get the depth that you want. I like a really smoky outer corner. Then I take the Shimmering Ivory shade and just place that right on my lid. I mean, look at that. That shimmer is incredible. But I still top it with a little bit more shimmer, which you'll see in a few moments. Now I have to go back because I have hooded eyes. Sometimes the shimmer gets a little bit too high up, so I go back in and blend out. Then I go back in again with the darker color. And then I actually have to watch the video again because I don't remember if I did liner first or if I added more shimmer. The next thing I did was put that shimmer in my tear ducts as well. And then I'm using the dark gray, almost black shade to line my eyes, but I'm not doing a wing. And then I took another fluffy crease brush and I used that same color, that dark color that I used to line with, and I just popped that on the outer corners to really darken it and smoke it out. And again, don't worry if you get too much down here because we are going to clean it up. So I'm just sort of patting that color on the outer corners. And I'm taking a brush and just sort of softening it. And then I'm taking a Q-tip and some micellar water. Is it micellar water or micellar water? And then I am just going like that and giving it a nice lifted look. And these are pointed Q-tips, by the way. And I like that the micellar water dries a lot quicker than when I use my makeup remover. And then I'm taking the brush that I used to clean up my brows with, and I'm touching up just right underneath where I cleaned. Now I am taking the same 2 shades that I used in my crease, and I'm running that along my lower lash line. Then I take a little bit of the silvery gray in the center and put that right in the inner third of the lower lash line. And then I'm taking this Giorgio Armani eye pencil in the shade 12 and lining my lower waterlines. So then I took this shade from the Moonlit Seduction palette from Pat McGrath and popped that right on the lid. It gives it more of a silvery look, like in the photo. In the inspiration photo, I should say. See, I like to think that was fairly easy. All that's left for the eyes is just to curl my lashes and apply some mascara, which I'm going to do off camera, and then we'll finish off the face. All right, we are super close to being done. It is time for blush. This is the Makeup by Mario powder blush in Poppy Pink. And then I used a little Dior highlighter. I went into the white and to the pink. So now it's time for the lips. I'm using the Makeup Forever Artist pencil in Wherever Walnut. Is it wherever or whenever? I was right, Wherever Walnut. I decided to go for a little bit less brown lip liner this time. There were a couple of people that commented that they thought the liner was too dark, but I thought that the liner was an exact match to the photo. But I am trying it with a little bit of a lighter, more pinky lip liner versus brown. And then the lipstick is from Lawless. It is called Daisy Girl. Any baby pink will work. And then I topped it with a Dior gloss. This is the Clear Lip Maximizer. I'm setting everything with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Okay, here is the completed look. I really hope you all enjoyed seeing how I achieved my most requested makeup look of the year. Once again, all of the products I used today will be listed and linked down below in the description box. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and join the Risa Does Makeup family. I do upload new content at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram and on TikTok. The username is the same everywhere. It's Risa Does Makeup. And a huge thank you to Makeup Forever for partnering with me on this video. I just adore your products, and I hope you, my viewers, if you try any of the products I used today, I really hope you like them as much as I do. And with that said, I thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.